a huge special PalmWine with a round of applause for the man right this week, Femi! You guys are too kind. My favorite food is pussy, as we can tell. But thank you all for being here. It means a lot to me. I promise to keep this quick, just like my sex tape. To be another thing, all the jokes tonight, okay, they are going to be PG. Yeah, pretty gay. Very nice. To be able to rent this place, I had to buy insurance. Yeah, so we can fuck it off. In fact, I recommend we fuck it off. But today is a huge day for me, it really is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm celebrating 2 years sober from pussy. Not by my choice. Well, I've been doing stand-up for nearly 2 years, and I don't like it when people call me a comedian, because I feel like it is too powerful. It's like it's a title. I also don't like it when they call me a comic, because I feel that reduces what I do. You guys feel that? Yeah, so I prefer it when they call me an open mic racist. Hits the nail on the head. I actually like run an open mic, the best open mic. If you don't know what an open mic is a lot like that TV show, America's Got Talent. You guys know it, right? Yeah, I think it was called America Got Molested. Now, America thinks it's funny. America should quit and kill himself. No, I know it sounds like I am American in that joke, but I'm not okay. I don't want to kill myself. I am fucking awesome. I am the shit. But if I wanted to, here's how I'll do it. I would overdose on a shit ton of Viagra. That way I get an open casket. So before I go, everyone knows I have a huge dick. I said that joke once, and this woman walks up to me, and she's like, "Suicide is not funny." And I'm like, "Why are you whispering?" And she's like, "Suicide is not funny." I'm like, "Mom, that joke killed, and it killed itself." I hate dealing with hecklers. Hecklers are annoying. They really, really are. Yeah, I got heckled at this show once. This guy in the middle of the show, he stands up and he's like, "I would fuck your mom." And I'm like, "I will fucking watch." Nice, I lost my mom. But my family doesn't know I do stand up. They don't know. So I posted a picture of me doing stand-up once, and my uncle, he sees it, and he's like, "I didn't know you did poetry." And I'm like, "I am not gay." Okay, I don't do that gay shit. I do other gay shit, like drinking water. Nice, that's meta. Well, I feel like he asked me like, hey, why did you get started doing stand-up? And I'm like, I started comedy the same reason most guys start comedy, to try and get pussy. And comedy is not a great way of getting pussy. It is a great way of getting very, very depressed and sad. But I feel the only reason I have lasted as long as I have is because comedy just comes very naturally to me. Like, I don't write jokes. Okay, shit happens, and I ask myself, how can I make this racist, sexist, or retarded well, it has been a very, very fun time, it really, really has. I often get asked if I would ever use AI to write jokes. And are you guys ready for it? I'm ready to set the standard. Okay, I think AI would be great at writing jokes if AI could get molested. That's the central thing. I won't get compared to another African guy that does stand up, and I don't know why. I really don't, because he wears glasses and I wear Magnum XL condoms. Okay, I'll try that joke one more time. He wears glasses and I have AIDS. If the punchline doesn't work, you can always go back. Well, it has been very, very good, it really has. I feel like I'll find it less offensive if I got compared to like a very, very good comedian like Dave Chappelle. Like, please compare me to Dave Chappelle or a sexy comedian like Matt Rife. But whatever you do, do not compare me to Hassan Minaj. Okay, fuck that guy. Because that thing, he made it seem like all comedians are liars. And I wasn't lying when I said I have AIDS. Hey, you don't like that. But we're trying to move up as a comedian. It's very difficult. And I submitted a clip to SNL, the SNL, yeah. They're like, who is your target audience? I'm like, the racist, the sexist, and the retarded. And they're like, so Americans? I'm like, yeehaw. Comedy is fun, it really is. Gotten to meet very, very interesting people. Yeah, I met this girl who is a spoken word artist. Yeah, she sings, she raps, she even does comedy. Yeah, it all depends on her schizophrenia. It's pretty freaking awesome. As many of you might have guessed, English is not my first language. Okay. Yeah, my first language is eating pussy. It is the language of love. And those who speak it are called pussy whisperers. Nice. So are you a pussy whisperer? Fuck you. Goss, are you a pussy whisperer? Okay, nice. Godi, are you a pussy whisperer? 100%. Fuck you. Godi, you look like a pussy devourer. Nice. Well, something people often say when I talk, they'll be like, your accent is very, very thick. And I'm like, wait till you see my dick. But I do have a confession to make. I have been faking it. Okay, this isn't my real accent. This is just an impression of me. about to fuck your mom. Well, something people often tell me is that your English is very, very good. And I'm like, anything for the colonizer. Anything to make them happy. That's the thing, the colonizer has been pissing me off recently. Because I watched this movie, the Planet of the Apes movie. And I find that movie very offensive, okay? Those monkeys did not need to sound like me. But somehow they do. And I don't like that. Pissing me off. I'm literally done with Hollywood. Or I'm done. Because all Hollywood does is remake old shit. Like, take for instance, Bob the Builder. Okay, do you guys know Bob the Builder? Yeah. It's a British cartoon that is getting an American remake. Yeah, I know. Except this time they are calling it Jose the Illegal. Yeah, they even have a sequel. The sequel is called The Deported. Which is what I'm calling this special. That's the thing, we have way too many sequels. Like, we don't need another Transformers movie. Okay, we don't. Because that's the thing, I watched the former one. It was the same thing as the other ones, except this time there was a Subaru in it. Yeah, and it transformed into a lesbian. Who wouldn't have seen that one coming? I've stopped watching Hollywood, I've started watching anime. Guys, make some noise to watch anime. Right. Apparently, to watch anime, you need to be very, very gay. Then I watched anime, and turns out to watch anime, you need to be very, very autistic. So I was talking to a friend, and he's like, hey, if you really want to enjoy the experience, and by all means, use this advice. If you want to enjoy the experience while watching anime, you should drink tequila. Yeah, and I don't drink tequila, okay? That shit makes me gay. To be honest, it makes everyone gay. No, yeah, so I asked him, like, hey, can I swap out tequila with whiskey? And tequila and whiskey are not the same thing. Okay, the tagline for Fireball whiskey, the best whiskey, is tastes like heaven, burns like hell. How did they know what it feels like to fuck my cousin? Like, nice. I had a three-way with my cousin. It was awesome. It was me listening to him fuck my other cousin. Makes me miss Nigeria. I really do miss Nigeria. Nigeria has a very, very huge culture. Like, huge, expansive culture. But we don't have a coffee culture. Like, Nigerians do not drink coffee at all. There's no Starbucks in Nigeria. So we all agreed that when we, as a nation, when we want to experience the beauty of explosive diarrhea, we will simply order Chipotle. You know, we call it shitpotle. It's fucking awesome. I haven't really been Nigerians love soccer. You guys love soccer here? A little bit. Yeah. That's the Nigerians love soccer, but I've never loved it. Okay, to be honest, the closest I will ever get to playing soccer is if I go to Syria and they chop off my hair. And then use that as a soccer ball. It was awesome. My parents were very awesome. They really, really were. My parents sent me to boarding school because they felt it was important for me to have a homosexual experience. That was pretty funny also. The let's see. Well, I spent my last moments in Nigeria. I spent it on ancestry.com. And you might be like, Femi, you're Nigerian. Why are you on ancestry.com? So I was trying to renew my N1 pass. If I don't renew it, I turn white and lose my native privileges. No. Well, I have lived in America for 4 years. Yeah, even though it sounds like I have lived here for only 2 weeks. And America is pretty awesome. Guys, you know about America. You better say. Nice. Lived in America for 4 years. When people see me, they never think I'm American because I'm not fat and stupid. And I'm like, that isn't fair at all. But thankfully, I am a dual citizen, and it is a blessing, which means I get to pay taxes in one country and commit tax fraud in another. It is fucking awesome. A friend asked me and is like, hey, what is the best part about being American? And I'm like, not having to marry a white woman, but getting to. I think the scariest part to me about moving to America was having to drink the water. Because we all know the water in America gives you ADHD. Honestly. Then I got diagnosed with ADHD by YouTube ad recommendations. They were like, you need to chill. No, in retrospect, like YouTube ad recommendations is probably the closest thing we will ever have to free healthcare in America. And I am glad we don't have free healthcare. Okay? Because it would be horrible if we did. Imagine this. Okay? Just imagine. Everybody, are we imagining? Okay? You are in a doctor's office, nervous, scared as shit, about to find out whether or not you have cancer. And the doctor walks in and is looking at your test results and is like, your test result is brought to you by betterhelp.com. Yes, you are going to need this. Or what, you'll be in the emergency room. Just imagine yourself in the emergency room, okay? Are we there? Nice. You're in the emergency room and you have a knife in your deck. And the reason you have a knife in your deck is that happens when you date Latinas. You're in the emergency room with a knife in your deck. And the doctor is like, before we treat you, watch this ad for dude wipes. When I moved to America, and many of you can actually confirm this, the first place I ever saw was a Denny's. And I remember seeing the Denny's and I am losing my fucking mind. I'm like, guys, look, that is a Denny's. I'm like, let's go in to buy some heroin. Freaking love them. My next day in America, I asked my friend, I'm like, hey, can you take me to go and see the Underground Railroad? Guys, the Underground Railroad is not an actual railroad. I didn't know. Okay, do you know what the Underground Railroad is? It was an elaborate plot, a scheme, conspiracy even, to steal jobs from hard-working African Americans and then traffic them to Canada. We don't agree. Okay. I read it in a book. Okay. The book was called The Jews Will Not Replace Us. Nice. Well, America is very fucking awesome. I think the cool part about living in America is I get to experience all the races. Okay. And it's fucking awesome. Okay. It is. I used to think white people and Latinos were the same thing. They are okay, they are far from each other. Like Latinos are kind of like white people. Okay, we better food, better vibes, and better bitches. Okay, Latinos are pretty freaking awesome. Make some place for Latinos. Yeah, none of them are here because they don't want to get deported. No Latinos in the room. But I actually do like Mexicans. I think Mexicans are amazing. Guys, make some noise if you're Mexican. God, make some fucking noise. Like this. I know you want Mexican guy, I'm like, fucking make noise. Mexicans are amazing. They really are. And I think the reason why they are so awesome is because they are breastfed model. Obviously, it helps in the development. As an African, I feel very, very connected to Native Americans. I really, really do. And the reason why I am so connected to Native Americans is because the source of our misery is white people. Especially the ones with boats. Those ones focus on big time. No, I know, it's very freaking awful. Yeah, you know what white people want. The one thing I do hate about living in America, and I feel like most of us also hate this, is winter. Okay, winter is horrible. I fucking hate winter. Okay, I hate winter so much. I wish Trump was president. Yeah, just like gets deported. I'm not have to deal with that shit. Trump hasn't been having a very good year. He hasn't. I mean, fuck the guy, but still. Trump got into a lot of trouble for calling his political opponents vermin. Yeah, and in his defense, what else are you supposed to call a Mexican? Okay, well, dining is back. But I did used to support Trump back in the day. I did. Back when I was pro-life. Yeah, I used to be pro-life. Then I tried gas station condoms on a gas station hooker. And nearly had a gas station baby. Never look back since. But I feel it is very, very important for everyone to have equal rights. Choose to do what you want with your body. It's the right of the way, right? But the other thing, I personally, I feel like as a black man, yes, as a black man, I don't have as much rights as a dog in America. because a dog can walk around naked, it can piss and shit anywhere. But if I do it, it is indecent exposure in front of minors. A felony. Nice. I know I actually did wanted to get a dog. I really wanted to. Turns out Petco sells pets. Did you guys know that? Yeah, they sell pets, but they don't sell dogs. And I'm like, I didn't know that Petco is a modern day slave block. Okay? A little bit of an overstep. But America is pretty fucking awesome, it really is. I think the coolest thing I ever did in America was jury duty. Have you guys ever done jury duty before? The jury duty was awesome, okay? Yeah, the guy was innocent, and we still gave him the electric chair. It's fucking awesome! The guy was electric wheelchair, right? Something many people don't realize is they have USB ports on them. Yeah, they do. I tried to charge my vape with it. Yeah, now my vape is invalid. Yeah, the vape only works when it is connected to Wi-Fi. So I have to breathe in this nasty ass Chicago air. Yes, we go for Chicago. Chicago is enough. No, I think I would love to be mayor of Chicago. Like one day. I would love to do it. Because I feel like I would make a great mayor. Because the first thing I would do is pay reparations to black people. Do you guys agree? Yes. You know, when I'm mayor, every black family will be receiving a pack of cigarettes. A bottle of Hennessy and a coupon to Planned Parenthood. Nice. I feel like the second thing I'll do as mayor is expand access to midget pornography. Okay, everyone should be allowed to watch midget porn. But we will keep a list of everyone who watches midget porn. And we will call that list the Schindler's List. But Chicago is an amazing city, really, really is. Amazing city, excellent skyline, beautiful people. And I think the reason why everyone in Chicago is so beautiful is because no one in Chicago is ever just one race. Yeah, they're either like black and white, white and Mexican, Mexican and Chinese, which is technically Filipino, or extremely explosive diarrhea. And I actually really I feel very bad for the Filipinos and the Philippines. And the reason I feel so bad is because the Philippines is a very, very traumatized nation. And the reason why it is so traumatized is because of a man called Rodrigo Duterte. Yeah, do you guys know who that is? Yeah, he used to be president of the Philippines. And when he was president, he once said that he would rape an Australian journalist. But he didn't. Because when he met her, she was dead. Yeah. And I'm like, in his defense, maybe he's not about the guy. Changing jobs, I like trains. Trains. Trains are awesome. I'm not autistic, but I fucking love trains. Yeah, just the other day, I was on the train. And I walked in on a homeless man masturbating. Yeah, they fucking hate it when you try to join them. Hate that shit. But for real, the homeless are a menace. They really are. Like, whose job is it to release the homeless as soon as it gets hot outside? Yeah, because they'll be all up in your face with their Starbucks on. And you'll be like, sir, can I have $1? And I'm like, sir, if you made your coffee at home, yeah, maybe you will have $1 and a home. You know, I saw a rat on the train. Yeah, they prefer to be called Italian. And that is why all the ninja turtles are gay. Nice. I was actually like a victim of a very, very horrible crime on the train. Yeah, someone saw me and the person robbed me of my cookies. And by cookies, I mean weed. Okay, very, very good weed. Not that trashy weed that you get at dispensaries. You get good dispensaries have shit weed, right? Yeah, because their weed doesn't have any fentanyl. Yeah, that's how you know I get in the good shit. No, I did see a bag of fentanyl once. Yeah, it was while I was kayaking the Chicago River. And I love kayaking the Chicago River. It is awesome. It is the best way to see all the dead bodies. It's fucking terrific. While I was kayaking the Chicago River, the tour guide, she's like, hey, can you identify an invasive species? And I'm like, white people? And she's like, can you identify a different invasive species? And basically, the reason she asked is because the Department of Agriculture for Illinois said that there is an invasive species in Chicago and we should kill them and take a picture. And guys, that is no way to treat white people. Yes. The last time someone treated white people like that, white people carpet bombed Gaza. Free Palestine. But the world is a very scary place. Do you guys think it's scary? Yes. It is. There's a lot of bombing going on in the world and on this stage. I am very self-aware. Nothing. It is very scary. And it gets even scarier when the bombing is in your neighborhood. And that has technically been happening in lots of ways. Because what happened is someone has been mailing bomb threats to libraries in Chicago. Did you guys hear about that? That is horrible. Because if a bomb ever went off in a library, where will the homeless masturbate? We need to look out for the homeless. They are an essential pillar to our society. I am sympathetic to the homeless, considering that half the time I look like one. So to look less homeless, I started making fashion changes. I've stopped wearing shorts. Because if you can see my kneecaps, you can't see my dick. I have also stopped going to the zoo. And the reason I stopped going to the zoo is because I got banned from going to the zoo. And I don't think it is fair. Because all I did was give the gorillas HIV. It wasn't sexually, I was like, hey, have some eggs. But for real, don't try to fuck with the animals in the zoo, like don't. Really don't, because the city will sue the fuck out of you. They don't, and the city does not fuck around with lawsuits, they really don't. The city is currently suing the National Museum of Puerto Rico. Yeah, they are suing them for expanding into Humboldt Park without permission. And the lawsuit is absolutely outrageous, okay? Because the lawyer for National Museum of Puerto Rico, he goes up to the judge and he's like, Your Honor, my client is Puerto Rican. Of course he didn't ask for consent. Okay, if he spent his life asking for consent, he wouldn't have 8 kids. Nice. No, Puerto Ricans are the only people that laugh at that joke. Very ironic. You guys ever sprain your ankle? Yeah. Yeah, from coming so hard. Well, I have lived in the Midwest almost all my time in America. Pretty much like 3.5 years in the Midwest. And something nobody ever prepared me for is that transition from like fall to winter. You guys know it's very, very traumatic. Because one day is sweater weather, and the next day is suicide weather. Fuck that shit. I used to live in Missouri. You guys know Missouri, right? It's the state that is located at the ass crack of Illinois. That's a geography joke. I used to live in Missouri because I was studying engineering. Yeah, I studied engineering at the Stonewall Jackson Institute of White Supremacy. It was fucking awesome. Yeah, I was in graduate school, so I have a master's and a PhD. Yeah, pretty huge dick. Nice. Although I do miss living in Missouri, I really do. The thing I miss the most about living in Missouri is how cheap the rent was. Because the rent was very cheap. Thinking back of it, I'm starting to realize the reason why the rent was so cheap is because my neighbor was a sex offender. But get this, he brews his own kombucha. He's like, not that one big guy. He does brew it with his cum, so he's like, yeah. Now, I used to live alone in Missouri, but now I live with 3 female roommates, and it is fucking awesome. Okay, if my life was a sitcom, you would only be able to stream it on Pornhub. I am fucking killing it. But that's the thing, it isn't all fun and games. My roommates fight with me, they'll be like, why don't you wash your rice? And I'm like, I don't wash my rice for the same reason I don't wash my sheets. There isn't enough cum stains on it. How are you guys feeling? Give it up for yourselves. Another thing, at my apartment, it's used to be all guys, but one of them nearly burnt the house down, and the other one was addicted to heroin. So I technically live in a gentrified crack house. It's pretty fucking awesome. Now my my former roommates in the middle of the night. I mean, no, joke. My former roommate was a crack baby, yeah, which explains the schizophrenia. In the middle of the night, would be like, I'm going to kill myself. I'll be like, stop procrastinating. Yeah, you got this. I've been trying to travel a lot more. I'm traveling to try to get out of the house. And I fly with Frontier. You guys know Frontier, right? Yeah, the airline whose slogan is "You are safe" because ISIS has better standards. I flew Frontier to Las Vegas. Guys, give it up for Vegas. Vegas was amazing. Yeah, I came back with my life partner Ria. Yeah, Ria is short for gonorrhea. And I don't know why, but I took 8 condoms and had sex 0 times. I think I got to see the award for David Copperfield. Do you guys know who David Copperfield is? Yeah. No shit, I'm not the only virgin in the house. I also got to visit the KKK Convention Center, or as you guys call it, White Castle. Mostly the coolest thing I ever saw in Vegas were those self-driving cars. Yeah, I saw them. I walked past one of them and it rolled its windows off. I got to go to Miami as well. Yeah, I found love in Miami. My love of cocaine. And white women, because they remind me of cocaine. Let's get it up for white women. White woman. White woman. White woman. It was about to get very fucking weird. You know, I used to think white women were racist for not wanting to date me. Then I got rejected by an Asian, a Mexican, and a Jew. Guys, the problem is not racism, it is eyesight and fucking high standards. But we're breaking up with my first white woman, that shit fucked me up, be dead. Because what happened is she became a timestamp in my life. And do you guys know what that means? That means when I think of my life, I think of it as before Natasha, during Natasha, and after that whole Natasha. She was a great girlfriend, she really was. Every year for my birthday, we would recreate my favorite porno. It was awesome, okay? Last year she was a midget. And this year she was Bill Cosby. You know, one of the last things she ever said to me was, why don't you give good apologies? And I'm like, because I gave good head. And she's like, you disgust me. I'm like, you don't taste like bread. Despite all the yeast infections. It was very toxic, okay, it was. I was talking to my sister and she's like, hey, are you seeing anyone? And I'm like, I am seeing myself dying alone. Yeah, this shit, it is stop all here, it really is. I hooked up with this girl and immediately got a notification on my Apple Watch that I might have AIDS. I'm like, God damn, okay. It's pretty fucking awesome. I've been trying to start dating a lot more, we tried with kicking my fucking ass. Yeah, I started doing speed dating. You guys know speed dating? Yeah, not the Bill Cosby kind, the good kind of speed dating. And I went on a date with this girl, and she comes in crazy, stupid late. And she's like, I'm so sorry, I was pre-gaming. And I'm like, I was also pre-gaming by watching 200 hours of Chinese porn. And she's like, but I'm Taiwanese. And I'm like, what's the difference? They don't really know. I am very, that was ironically the ending of the date. Yeah, she was like, hey, we got talking, and she's like, what is your favorite sex move? And do you guys want to guess what my favorite sex move is?
Reverse cowgirl.
Nice. Yeah, my favorite sex move is abstinence. So yeah, I am good at that shit. I've had years and years of preparation. I feel like one of the reasons I struggle with dating is because I have a very unique love language. Yeah, my love language is enhanced physical touch. Yeah, but my ex calls it domestic violence. And they don't like that shit. I think the other reason I struggle is because I want to date Latinas. Latinas are so sexy. The only advice I ever got for dating Latinas is if you want to date a Latina, get a Chihuahua instead. Yeah, because the Chihuahua is less likely to bite your dick off. Yeah, it's true. Try dating more female comedians. Because to be honest, there's nothing better than whimsical pussy. Nothing is better than that shit. So I went on with this girl, and she used to be a comedian, she's no longer a comedian. And she's like, so I asked her, like, hey, what do you do right now? And she's like, she is a herbalist. And do you guys know what a herbalist is? Yeah, so basically, she can use like leaves and grass to cure cancer. And I'm like, in my country, we call that witch doctors. Okay, and we burn those bitches. But that's the thing, dating is not easy. Also, like, it goes to show that like the life of a man is not easy. And I feel like we all know that, and I got like visual representation when I went into a woman's bathroom. And in the woman's bathroom, don't ask me why, okay? In the woman's bathroom, there was a sign, a neon sign, and the neon sign said, "You are really pretty." Yeah, so every woman that goes in will see a sign telling her she is very pretty, beautiful. I go to the man's bathroom, same sign. It says, "You are really gay." Wash your fucking hands. Just think, like, life is also not easy for women as well. Like, women have it hard, right? A friend, I was talking to a friend, and she's like, she got ghosted by a guy. She later on found out that guy was not real. Yeah, what happened is the restaurant they were supposed to meet at created a fake dating profile just to get her there. I know, right? And that is horrible. Okay, no one deserves to be catfished by Papa John's. It's really fucked up. Anyone married here? Oh shit! Nobody married person. Nice. No, I heard the best part of marriage is the divorce. It's pretty fucking awesome. I feel like in America people get divorced way too quickly, and they don't get divorced when they should get divorced, right? Take for instance a couple in New York. They find out that they are technically related after being married. And they continued to stay married. And I feel like the most surprising thing about all of that is that they weren't white. Okay, why are they appropriating white culture? It's pretty fucked up. I got food poisoning. Yeah, I got food poisoning from eating trash pussy. And I should have known that. I really should have. You guys ever eat Chick-fil-A? Yeah, you guys probably Chick-fil-A. Nice. You guys ever eat Chick-fil-A so good you give your life to Christ? You guys ever eat Chick-fil-A so good you stop being gay? Well, to be honest, I am very, very thankful to every single person here. Like, I do not take it lightly at all. Like, you took time out of your Saturday to be here, and I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate joining me and creating this thing. And the reason I called it PalmWine, like Donna asked, PalmWine is something that brings people together. It's something that people use to celebrate. Something that makes people happy. And I truly, truly hope that the body of work that we have created does that. And I do hope it also makes me very, very rich. Honestly, I would literally cry right now, but I'm not gay. Thank you all for coming. I can't stress how much. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. And I really am thankful to every single one of you. I hope I continue being a part of your lives, and I really do hope there's the next one, and you people are also there. So guys, you guys are amazing. Give it up for yourselves. And you know
Nice job.
You guys are also trying. No,